Copa America 2024, brought to you by
KFC, J-Ray and Nephew, Quartz, Sunshine Snacks.
Start saving for your golden years with a Sagicor Lifestyle Approved Retirement Scheme. The time by Sagicor Life is
7 o'clock.
I love football, but I don't just play for me. I do it for Jamaica and for the fans on the journey with us. The ones who live for every shot and cheer every goal. The ones who know that performing on the big stage means big effort with big support. And of course, chicken with big flavor.
KFC's big deal. 3 pieces of delicious chicken, fries, and a drink. The perfect fan fuel for cheering on or history-making reggae girls. KFC, proud sponsors of Khadija Shaw and the Reggae Girls.
Enjoy yummy for the summertime. Win big for the back to school.
It's the Yummy Summer Back to School promotion.
Purchase 1 each of these yummy products: yummy cheese bread, cornbread, jamboree, and 5-ounce buns. Write your name, address, and contact number on the back of your receipt and mail with the empty packages. Send in with your Yummy salesman or drop off at your nearest Yummy agency or entry box in participating supermarkets. Enter today and win your share of over 1.4 million in cash and prizes. Win big for the back to school.
Follow us at Yummy Bakery JA for more details. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Copa America giant Uruguay will be facing newcomers Panama. See it happen this Sunday at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
Copa America 2024, brought to you by
KFC, J-Ray and Nephew, Quartz, Sunshine Snacks.
It's the evolution. The Miss Universe Jamaica Beauty Fashion and Wellness Pageant 2024 is back again. Bigger, better, and even more exciting. Come out to the Grand Coronation Finals on Saturday, July 6, 2024 at the AC Hotel Kingston and see in live and living color special guest Miss Universe 2023 Shanice Palacios, Miss Universe Jamaica Dr. Jordan Levy, and a host of other luminaries as this year's amazing array of beautiful contestants battle to represent Jamaica in Mexico this year. Showtime is 8:30 p.m. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available online at www.myplug.com. Visit us on Instagram at Official Miss Universe Jamaica for more information. This is the most exciting show on earth. Be there. Miss Universe Jamaica, beautifully confident and enhancing lives.
Coming up in CVM News at 7. Domestic fire dangers, another home lost. G2K president challenges opposition claims. Damion Crawford says school shift system a safety threat. And we'll also have our Sunday legal feature, Query This. While in sports, boys fall to Mexico in Copa America opener. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7, the weekend edition. I'm TK Dawkins. It's Sunday, June 23, 2024. Thanks so much for joining us. A family has been left to grapple with finding a new home after their house in the Waltham, Kingston area was engulfed in flames today. Though it's unclear at this time if anything has been saved, residents are lauding the work of the Jamaica Fire Brigade and the Constabulary Force. Trisha Gay Kelly has the details.
What am I do? I can't do nothing more. I have life. What am I going to do? I can't kill people. I can't do nothing. That's fight time.
An overcast Sunday afternoon quickly got even gloomier when a 4-bedroom house on Hyde Park Road in Kingston went up in flames. The structure is home to numerous individuals, furniture and appliances, including bedroom sets and refrigerators. Even now, one victim of the fire is unsure if anything has been saved.
I have gas stove, I have ice maker fridge, 2 fridge I have. And one for the veranda, that not catch still. And no bedroom set in everybody's room. So you know, dresser, everything. Living room set, everything. TV, 4 TV in the house. 4 big TV. And everything. Yes, he said, I don't know what left.
It was a neighbor who saw smoke rising from the building and heard the screams, who called the police station. Though overwhelmed, she's lauding the police and the firefighters, whom she says were very helpful.
The police, them called 111 and they was very supportive and cooperative. And I keep on calling them and them said, the fire truck coming. The fire truck people, they were very good, efficient, very good jump off. It wasn't well. They do good work.
The cause of the fire is unknown at this time. It was only on Friday that Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie and Kingston Mayor Andrew Swaby highlighted the increase in domestic fires island-wide. Mayor Swaby says the Jamaica Fire Brigade is moving towards a more proactive approach.
I want to appeal to the person because there are a lot of times just in communities where there are fires. At a special level, especially in the central Kingston area, where there's a lot of fire. I think we are, as a corporation, we have to look at it and we have to talk to the public and see what is causing it and how we can prevent this. But at the same time, I'm just simply saying to parents, be careful.
Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
The Jamaica Labour Party says it's building a party of independence. Calls are now being made for the youth to tag along in the party's efforts to drive the country to prosperity. Supporters gathered at a recent youth conference in St. Anne where representatives in the party and its youth affiliate group, Generation 2000, G2K, addressed claims made by the opposition in the past few weeks. President Shane Carr had much to say.
That seeks to misinform. There's another group that seeks to fool, especially our young people. You are the target of those spreading misinformation. And there was a particular instance a few weeks ago, and I have to speak specifically to it because it's a current issue, where a particular person from the other party sought to get pity from the audience, sought to get pity from the country, came out and said persons tried to poison him. But yet still that same person is trying to poison the minds of our young people with propaganda, with misinformation, so that it can disguise the great achievement in which we have achieved in our health sector. We have a leader that we know that leader is committed to Jamaica and to Jamaica only. We have a leader that we know that his allegiance is to Jamaica, the land we love. But here comes another man trying to lead us Jamaica land we love, who is not only loyal to Jamaica, but is also loyal to another country.
PNP Senator Damion Crawford insists that if the People's National Party are to be successful in forming the next government, it is essential to establish a clear distinction between the political philosophy of both parties. He suggests the most impactful line of differentiation is in the area of education.
The People's National Party must return to a lifestyle of freedom to achieve. Free education was the freedom to achieve. We want free education for our children now. But to not fight for bullshit. Not fight for flag work. Them say me no know about politics, come a bun. Zinc fence, I'm a bun. But the next one named plywood. And nothing wrong if you need plywood, but you pick if you come off concrete. Nothing wrong if you need zinc fence, but you pick if you come off tile roof. Nothing wrong if you never get what was necessary because they robbed you of an opportunity. No for no way I go like you done brighter than who go like them bright.
The opposition spokesperson on education, while addressing a divisional conference in Spurtree, Manchester, also chastised the current speed at which the Education Ministry is transitioning away from the shift system at schools, having previously announced its intention to formally remove 38 public schools from the model. Senator Crawford warns that the implications are stark for young women in particular.
What is unconscionable is to have 32 schools per shift and to send home our 14-year-old girls at 12:30 to the vagrants of society.
Oh God, man, me in that right now.
60,000 young girls between 2011 and 2021 got pregnant under the age of 60. 60,000.
And Transport Minister Daryl Vaz says the ministry, in collaboration with key stakeholders, is looking to create a modern public education campaign to address the chaos on our roads. He also suggests other drastic measures. Natalia Clarke reports.
Transport Minister Daryl Vaz has labelled the alarming rise in road collisions and fatalities a national emergency. He believes that while an effective and sustainable education campaign is crucial, it should be paired with stark visuals of the crisis displayed along our roads to drive the message home.
Get into the psyche of the people that they see and remember vivid photographs that will jerk them to know that whenever they go behind that wheel, they don't want to be like what they see. We must put it on the billboards. We have electronic billboards. Now put it all over Jamaica. And that must be a daily reminder.
The minister has also expressed concern that the government's road rehabilitation efforts across the island will exacerbate this dire trend. He calls for safety features to be added simultaneously.
Rubber strips, sleeping policemen, whatever it is that we need to do to slow them down. It may be an inconvenience for a minute or a second, but guess what? I guarantee you it's going to save lives.
Tragically, nearly 200 lives have been lost on our roads since the start of the year. The latest is a 21-year-old Sean Murphy, a bank teller, who died in a four-vehicle collision near Falmouth Friday afternoon. Since taking the transport portfolio in May 2023, Vaz has been a vocal advocate for increased road safety funding. He says soon a portion of traffic ticket fines will be dedicated to intensifying efforts to curb these preventable deaths.
And it is going to be effective very soon. And then we can now look at how and what is best to put a sustained public education and response to the madness that is taking place on our roads.
The minister's position is that discipline must be restored on Jamaica's roads at all cost. The last time the country recorded less than 300 road fatalities in a single year was 2012, and since 2019, it's been above 400. Natalia Clarke, CVM News.
News at 7 continues in a moment.
Purchase one each of these yummy products: yummy cheese bread, cornbread, jamboree, and 5-ounce buns. Write your name, address, and contact number on the back of your receipt and mail with the empty packages. Send in with your yummy salesman or drop off at your nearest yummy agency or entry box in participating supermarkets. Enter today and win your share of over 1.4 million in cash and prizes. Win big video back to school. Follow us at Yummy Bakery JA for more details. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Look who we have in the cut. No, today episode I got nice. Legends, Senator, my long-time brethren, the great, all-star, the king, and the man himself. Salute! You know, as man, we're not to go as specialists, and that's the pinnacle of the problem. We want some new era. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. You lie! You work till you week. It was pandemonium. Country people can relate to me, I talk about.
What you think about me no matter, you know. What matter to me is what me think about myself.
Man United, you know. I don't care what man wants to say.
You know, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, man.
You finished? Yes, we finished.
The Cut is brought to you by Flow and Guinness.
We welcome you back with regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. In St. Lucia, the government and stakeholders are continuing work on assessing the viability of geothermal resources in the southwest for power generation. More from HTS News Force.
Officials are exploring the Soufrière constituency and surrounding communities for geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is heat generated within Earth and is a renewable source that can be harvested for human use. Residents in the south have some concerns about the process. Senior Minister Stevenson King sought to allay concerns outside Parliament this week, assuring residents that most of the exploration will be facilitated below the surface.
There are modern and advanced technology being used now, and much of the drilling will not even actually take place precisely in Soufrière, but in surrounding communities in Saltibus and other areas using slim hole drilling. That you'll not get any effects on the surface, mainly to get into the strata of the earth, and to be able to do the necessary investigations to determine the capacity of geothermal down there.
In Barbados, government and other officials are moving at pace to ensure the cultural assets at the National Archives are protected at all costs. Word of this from Minister in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for culture, Senator Dr. Chantal Monroe-Knight. More from CBC News, Barbados.
Come November, the National Archives will have a new home at Newton Christchurch. Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for culture, Senator Dr. Chantal Monroe-Knight, has made the disclosure amid government's ongoing efforts to preserve its historical assets days after a fire gutted Building D of the archives at Lazaretto St. Michael. According to officials, a lightning strike ignited the roof of the building, which housed vestry and school records, gazettes, and mental and old hospital records. Dr. Monroe-Knight says the Cultural Division continues to make significant progress with the ongoing road project. And she says despite the fire, the ministry will keep to schedule.
So November was actually a sped up time, and again, a sped up time even before the occurrence of the fire. So November is still the timer that we're working with to be able to move. But like I said, again, we are continuing to make sure that we examine where the buildings at the archives, but then we also have the satellite site as well, where again we will be moving other critical documents from the archives to that location.
And in international news, the head of India's National Exam Agency has been dismissed after weeks of turmoil triggered by a major cheating scandal. Thousands of students achieved unusually high marks in this year's medical entrance exam. It's prompted allegations of fraud and left the future of nearly 3 million students at risk. This report from Al Jazeera.
Braving scorching heat and a heavy police presence, students across India have been protesting for days. For them, everything is at stake. They're furious over suspected cheating at the highest level of their national exams.
What can I say? Whatever is happening is very strange. Everywhere cheating is happening. There's no discipline.
The Indian government's National Testing Agency is at the center of the scandal. It holds elite entrance exams critical for securing a spot in highly competitive university programs. Thousands of students earned unusually high marks this year, some statistically impossible to achieve. It's prompted widespread allegations of cheating that include questions being leaked and sold for tens of thousands of dollars ahead of the exam.
And that's it for regional and international news.
It's time now for Query This with Natalia Clarke.
What's the ultimate indicator that you're now an adult? For some, it's moving into your own space. For others, it's landing your first job. But for some people, it's finally getting a driver's license. I know. The popular belief is that buying a driver's license is the way to go. But let's actually look at how easy the process is and how you can save a few $1,000s. Natalia Clarke, and walking us through the updated license registration process is Tame Matthews, Education and Information Officer at the Island Traffic Authority. Step 1. Get a learner's permit.
Right, so under the Road Traffic Act 2018 and attendance regulations, persons who desire to get a learner's permit must first sit a road code test. Right, so that change took effect in January 2020, but it's a part of the Road Traffic Act. So it means you have to do a road code test containing 20 multiple choice questions. The pass mark is 15. And it covers the road code. So we're looking at signs and markings, rights of way, intersections, all of that.
You can only start this process if you're at least 17 years old. An application for the learners, as we call it, must be accompanied by 3 passport-sized pictures, signed and stamped by a justice of the peace, and a medical certificate not older than 3 months.
That must be completed by a registered medical practitioner. You also must submit proof of residence and proof of identity. So that's a form that you can obtain from our examination depots, and these forms are also available on our Instagram page in our bio. There's a link tree there, so persons who are desirous of obtaining the forms, they can go there and get the forms.
There are 15 Island Traffic Authority service hubs or depots across Jamaica to seamlessly guide you through this process. Information and related forms are also widely accessible online.
So the learner's permit lasts for 1 year. However, under the Road Traffic Act, after 6 months of having that permit, you can start the application process for the driver's license. We want to ensure that persons who are in receipt of a learner's permit have adequate time to learn to drive properly. We don't want you to just get the learner's permit today and by tomorrow you just go get the driver's license. We want to ensure you have enough training.
But what if your learner's permit expires before getting your license? Do you have to start all over from scratch?
No, you don't have to. The results would already be in the system, so you just proceed to tax office to renew. So you take the expired learner's permit, your TRN, 2 passport-sized photographs certified, a valid ID, and $1,800 to renew the learner's permit. And once you are renewing, you won't have to wait 6 months, because you would have had the learner's permit for more than 6 months in the first instance.
Once you're approved for the license, you pay an examination fee of $3,240, submit 3 certified passport-sized pictures not older than 6 months, complete the driver's license application form, and pass your driving test. You should note there are 3 categories of licenses: motorcycle, private, and general, which encompasses all types of vehicles, including public passenger. That's it for this week's Query This. Remember to send your concerns and queries to me at nclarke@cvmtv.com. I'm Natalia Clarke, helping you to get the facts and be in the know.
For this Inspire Jamaica, Curlin Brown sat down with a youngster to get some insight on a subject area that places the affected at risk of social exclusion. Through intervention and conscious action, it's hoped the prevalence will decline and life quality will improve.
Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.
If expressions such as "if only" was a magical wand for many to adjust their circumstances, it would no doubt be overused. In reality, however, some things and some conditions cannot be reversed. It's therefore disheartening to hear cries of fear, frustration, and even anger when the sighted, old and young, lose focus and abuse the trust of those who can't see. However, when the veil is removed and individuals like Nige Boy Hector steps into the frame, the rhythm changes. Nige Boy is now creating musical strides across the globe, even though he's just a stride behind someone else for visible reasons. From the Salvation Army School for the Blind and the Visually Impaired through to being integrated into a traditional high school locally and a university overseas, he has heard the familiar stories of possessions disappearing before one's eyes, bullying.
there is a what would you call it, a stigma, you would say, associated with peoples with disabilities, and a lot of people, they believe that they can take advantage of us, right? It's very saddening. And what we need to try to do is to break that barrier, right? Because I believe that we can't do nothing, but trust and believe.